What's up, guys? We're back for another episode of the Big Cat Chat podcast. We're back another week, week 3. This time, our guest is Laurie Fitzpatrick. How are you doing?
Fantastic. Thank you guys for having me. I'm excited to, talk some Jags after they got this week 2 win. So it's exciting, man.
Morals are high.
Absolutely.
All right, how you doing, Sean?
Doing quite all right, man. Nothing to complain about.
Good to hear. Good to hear. So we're gonna go ahead and kick it right off with some college football. Week 3 college football. How'd it go for Michigan, Sean?
It was a curb stomping like usual.
I'll play literally nobody. When do you play somebody worth
We don't
anything?
we don't have any tests this year until I was gonna say Michigan State, but I don't even know if they're a test this year. So really until Ohio State probably. I can see us being undefeated until we play Ohio State the last game of the season.
Jesus. Imagine having that easy of a cakewalk.
The Big
I
Ten's
mean,
kind of down this year.
yeah, I mean, my team struggled against USF, so I don't know.
No comment.
Or do you have a college football team you watch, or do you just watch for prospects?
Just for prospect, I haven't even really watched much even this year. I'm just kind of watching, I'm a part of a group of scouts on Twitter, and they'll send each other clips of different players. But really I'm not a fan of college football. I need to get on it, guys. I need help. I need a team. I need I don't my grandmother used to watch Notre Dame because I'm from Philadelphia and we're all Irish, and so it's I've been to Notre Dame and seen Touchdown Jesus. um but I don't know too much about college football. I'm trying to get up with it. It's just there's so many teams, and sometimes there'll be a game and it's a blowout, 42 to 3, and it's you only watch the good games. I don't know, it's just
I love blowouts when my team is on the winning end.
yeah, it happens. It seems like it happens a lot though.
It does.
There's only a few really good games, and then everybody's watching that game, and I'm like, dang, I missed it. It's
I would say probably the beginning of the year is when most of the blowouts happen. 'Cause that's usually when the upper echelon schools will schedule a weaker opponent to practice and get ready for their conference schedule games.
Unless you're
yeah, I
Florida,
noticed
apparently.
that.
Yeah, unless Florida, except for Florida, because Florida is scheduling Utah and Kentucky.
Team's giving me heart issues, and we're only in week 3. Is every
Yeah,
game going to go down to the fourth quarter? I don't know if I can take this much longer. I need a blowout. I need one.
It's weird that they do that though. What is it just to get up their ego or something?
well, that and
They could just play a game that doesn't count. They could just
yeah
play scrimmage
they
with a
also
good team.
kind of use because there's no preseason in college football, so they kind of use it as like that. And then also those lower level schools usually get paid a hefty amount, and now that money goes towards their athletic department, so it helps
Oh
out the
wow,
smaller schools too.
that's pretty cool. Then I take it back.
I
That's
believe
good.
that who was it?
Texas
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 A&M.
A&M paid App State $1.5 million to
Yeah,
lose.
and then App State beat them.
Same thing with Notre Dame and Marshall. I think it was like $1.25 million.
Yeah,
Wow, wow, that's insane. So which stadium did they play at?
they
The
play at
bigger,
the bigger school.
the
Yeah,
bigger one, right?
yep.
Dang.
So
Wow,
App
that's
State,
embarrassing.
yeah,
If you
App State got a
lose,
payday, and then they beat them.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the what? I
No,
mean,
I
on
was,
a
I was
oh,
just saying that was awesome. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, on a prospect note, Jags wise, I know people hate Gators, but I progressively, as the weeks go on, I want Osiris Torrance, the guard from Florida, more and more because I know he's a Gator, but Gator aside, he's been the best guard in college football every single week. So we
Yeah.
could use the left guard.
Yeah, I mean, Barch hasn't been that bad, but they certainly could use they could certainly use a guard,
Yeah.
especially for the future.
Yeah, I mean, I saw a tweet from Brandon, what's his Twitter? Brandon Thorne
Thorn.
about Scherf in week 2. Scherf was cooking. It's great.
Yeah.
So I believe
You better be cooking for what 15 million a year. You better be cooking.
he said he's playing the best he's ever seen him, and he looks like one of the best, arguably RG1 in the entire league right now. So
I'll take that.
Yeah, and Thorne, he definitely knows what he's talking about. He's like, I tweeted that he's like the OG when it comes to offensive linemen. He knows everything. He puts out like a offensive lineman ranking system like at the end of every year, then the beginning of every season. So he's definitely all offensive line.
that gives us a perfect transition into week 2 of the NFL. So let me go ahead and just look at some major things that happened last week. I mean, Kirk Cousins looked like primetime Kirk Cousins. I mean, Jalen Hurts, Philadelphia. You're from Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts looked, because I'm not the biggest Jalen Hurts guy, but I have to give credit where it's due. He was fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, he was really good, and I'm sure the city was like buzzing just because I think they're split on him too. They're not really sure like, hey, do we like this guy or not? But yeah, he did fantastic. I'm currently watching the film now on the Eagles offense.
Yeah, I mean, then the other Monday night game, Titans at Bills. I think that one made
What
all
a
of
great
us
game.
happy.
What a great game that was.
It
Probably
was,
second best game of the week.
and you know what made it even better, Sean?
What?
Malik Willis played.
Yeah, he was terrible. I love it.
You know, I don't root against guys because themselves, but when people constantly go at you acting like somebody is crazy good when they're not, and then they try to slander you for saying they're not, it makes me happy when I look right.
Fair.
Packers at Bears, that was expected. Justin Fields didn't look that great.
He threw 11 passes.
I
that
know
game.
they have the
That's it.
least pass attempts in the entire league.
He was 7 of 11 for like what 86 yards or something like that. And I think he ran. Did he run one in that week? I think he did. Right? He ran
He
one in
fumbled,
for a
I
touchdown.
believe.
He also
he-
scored a touchdown
Yeah.
running, didn't he?
Yeah, and he had that one where he was like 2 inches away from it.
Yeah. I don't know what they're cooking up there for all like the offense. There's no reason why he should only throw the ball
28
times
passes
when the
20
weather's not bad.
28 pass attempts in 2 weeks.
That's terrible.
Yeah, and he said, I'm just I'm just playing what they're calling. That when a quarterback says that, like, hey, I'm just doing what I'm told to do, that's not a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think Bears fans are happy either, because I remember was it after this week where he went to the media and said that it hurts the players more than the fans, and then the fans got
Yeah, because
angry.
he said the fans don't put in the work or don't put in work or something like that. The fans took it the wrong way.
That gave me vibes of Nick Foles' culture. Remember when Nick Foles was telling us about the
Oh
culture?
God. Yeah.
What other games were there a major note about? The
How
49ers.
about the Ravens collapse? How about the Ravens collapse?
That game was crazy. It ended 42-38. The Dolphins beat the Ravens. The Ravens choked like a 21-point lead in the fourth quarter.
Yes, they were up 35-14.
Yeah, that
And then-
defense just collapsed.
Yeah, and Tyreek Hill came alive.
Yeah, I mean, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Tyreek Hill had 11 for 190 and 2. Jalen Waddle had 11 for 171 and 2.
I have Waddle on my fantasy team, so I wasn't complaining.
Hey, we've been known Waddle is him.
Yep.
Tua threw 50 passes, had 469 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. The 2 interceptions were ugly, but still.
2 interceptions were ugly, and I'm not going to put a lot of stock in that performance, considering he was throwing to like
Tyreek Hill with so much separation.
Wide open Tyreek Hill. Like the Ravens late in that game, their secondary got pretty banged up, and they were like having rookies cover Tyreek Hill. Like it's never going to be a recipe for success.
It was busted coverages
Mm-hmm.
all across the board. You just pretty much have to double team him at that point. And if you don't, then you're just a bad coach.
I'm trying to get some Christian Kirk busted coverages.
Facts.
That's what I want to see.
I mean, Lamar Jackson cooked too. Lamar Jackson, I have him on my fantasy team. He was
That
21.
79-yard run that he had, touchdown run.
He has the longest passing touchdown and longest rushing touchdown in the league so far this year.
He's crazy good.
He was 21 of 29 for 318 and 3, and then he had 9 carries for 119 yards and 1. Like he was carrying the Ravens on his back.
Per usual.
Isaiah Likely had 4 for 43.
Lamar Jackson carrying the Ravens is probably going to be the status quo until at least J.K. Dobbins gets back 100%. And even still.
Yeah, is J.K. Dobbins going to be that guy that he was? I don't know.
I don't know. He's been out for a hot minute.
I know he got hurt before James Robinson, and James Robinson is back before him.
Didn't he get hurt last preseason?
Yes.
He's been out for over a year. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, they said that his injury was a lot worse than what was reported. Apparently, he tore everything in his knee. Everything. And he had a hamstring too, also.
Ooh.
It was 5 different things I saw the report. It was his MCL, his PCL, his ACL, his hamstring. I was like, Jesus Christ, how the hell does that happen?
talking about collapses. How about the Jets-Browns game?
I don't want to talk about it. I had money on the Browns to win that game. I thought it was a gimme.
Joe Flacco looking like the MVP.
No.
You know who looks like the real MVP though?
Josh Allen?
Garrett Wilson.
Well,
Garrett Wilson. I'm talking about game wise.
Oh, okay.
Garrett Wilson had 8 for 102 and 2, but he also got missed multiple times. He probably could have had 4 touchdowns that game.
Yeah, he was my wide receiver 1 coming into the draft last season. So,
Laurie, you got any notes that non-Jags notes from week 2?
I mean, not really. I think in my pick'ems, I only got a couple wrong. I think week 1 I did a little bit better. But no, I mean, the Raiders aren't doing as good as what everybody thought they were going to do. So they're
neither the
0-2.
Broncos. I feel like the Broncos are struggling.
Yeah, exactly.
The Broncos should have extreme buyer's remorse right now on Russell Wilson because he looks awful.
They should have higher remorse on Hackett too. Hackett is doing way too much.
Yeah, that's a bad situation.
Another note is Trey Lance is out for the season. He got hurt against the Seahawks. Jimmy Garoppolo didn't look that bad. He was 13 of 21 for 154 and 1. I mean,
it's just interesting.
I saw reports that the Rams are now expecting the 49ers to be a harder opponent now that they have Jimmy G.
I would agree.
I mean, it's funny though that 49ers fans, they were wanting Jimmy G gone so bad, and now I'm sure they're thankful that he decided to stay because they'd be screwed.
Yeah, that's an interesting situation.
Mike Evans
kind of felt like Jimmy G was gonna,
he's
in practice and he was, or not in practice, but he was hovering around. Then they ended up bringing him back, and it was just he's definitely gonna be playing, and then boom, it's unfortunate for Trey, but
yeah.
I mean, Mike Evans got into a fight with Lattimore for the 50th time.
Again, yeah.
It's the 3rd time. He got suspended for a game because of it. I mean, it's funny because I think Tom Brady and Lattimore were trash talking, and you just see Mike Evans fly out of nowhere and just launch Lattimore into the sun.
He hates that guy. It's so funny.
I know all the jokes the years that they've both been in the league though, that Lattimore locks Mike Evans down, and then they have their fights all the time too. It's I don't get it, but
it's a good rivalry.
There'll be a boxing match with them too in 15 years.
Right after Chauncey Gardner-Johnson left too. Bet he wishes he was there.
Jesus.
All right. Sean, do you have any bets this week?
I have not placed any as of right now.
I was down bad on my bets last week, but I have one this week. James Robinson over 47.5. Christian Kirk over 62.5. And then Matthew Stafford under 280.5.
Interesting. Yeah, I won about almost $600 this past week in betting.
I'm sick.
What?
Yeah, I made a bet on the Bills-Titans game a minute before kickoff, and it was a payout of $430. And it hit when Tannehill threw that pick six.
Are-
I hit the last contingency.
Are you in Florida?
No, I'm in Virginia.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thankfully, thank God I'm not in that poverty state that you can't bet on sportsbook apps.
Well,
The on-
that's the reason why I'm not betting, and well, I don't know. I gotta get a VPN or something because I need to be betting.
The
Right?
only
It's
the only
easy.
thing the only betting I can do in Florida is Prize Picks. I can't do like DraftKings and stuff like Sean does,
Yep,
unfortunately.
I love it. It's great.
Hmm.
Is what it is, I guess.
Florida should get on making that legal.
Yeah,
I
like
think-
what the heck? Everything else is like, it's a cowboy rodeo state. You could basically do whatever you want, and then there's no sports betting. Like, what the hell is that about?
I know that's kind of lame.
It makes no sense, but is what it is, I guess. All right, let's go ahead and start our predictions for week 3. So let me go ahead and get my notes out.
Your handy dandy notebook.
Wait, I gotta look. I didn't update. Sean, you picked the Vikings? Yeah, you're cooked, brother.
Yeah, went out sad. I did pick the Lions though.
Yes, you did. That is a bounce back.
You picked the Vikings to beat the Eagles.
Yes, because the Vikings were at home. I was hot. Weren't the Vikings at home? Pretty sure,
You
right?
weren't. You also weren't as high on the Eagles as I was
No.
coming into the season.
No, but I thought they had the juice.
No, the Eagles were at home, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought the
and it
Vikings were at
was
home.
their opener, so
Oh.
it was like the crowd was like crazy.
I'm
Jalen
not a
Rager was
believer
getting
of
booed.
Jalen Hurts, and he was like, "All right, Sean Wilson in Virginia, here,
I-
watch this."
Well,
I
you
just
can't
felt
be
like-
a believer in Kirk Cousins. He's 2-9 on Monday night games either.
I didn't look at that. I didn't look that deep into it.
I feel like the Eagles, even with Jalen Hurts, because I think he's at worst average to above average, but he's looking even better than that right now.
Yeah,
But even if he's not the greatest, their team is built so right. They built from the trenches, so they have a good defensive line, a good offensive line, and now they have good receivers, a pretty solid defense too. So
yeah. My thought process was like, Kirk Cousins is the baseline for average, and then like he's got 2 really good receivers. How bad could it be?
I bet I
Pretty
bet
bad. Pretty bad.
I bet on Justin Jefferson to have a touchdown. I was not happy.
Yeah, he's on my fantasy too, and I lost this week, so basically him and Jamar Chase.
2-0, 2-0, baby.
I'm 1-1. My teams went off this week. I lost all week 1, but I recovered, and now I'm 1-1 in both of my leagues.
There you go.
Yeah, let's update the record. So the records for predictions through 2 weeks are for myself, I'm in the lead, 19 and 13. Sean is 14 and 18.
Ugh.
And our guest, we have a guest picker every week, of course, is 17 and 15. So
Last
Eric
place, bro.
Eric didn't recover. He just kept it neutral, basically.
My last place, bro. I smoked you last year. This is ridiculous.
I know you smoked me until you basically were just picking whatever the last couple
Yeah.
weeks to let
I
me
felt-
tie it.
I felt bad for you.
All right, let's go ahead and start this off. So tomorrow night, or tonight, when this is posting, Steelers at Browns. I'll let Sean go first.
I'm gonna pick the Steelers, man.
Laurie.
I'm also gonna pick the Steelers on this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the Steelers too. It's just I hate their offense right now because Najee Harris looks like he's running in slow motion half the time. Mitch Trubisky doesn't look that great. Kenny Pickett should be playing, in my opinion, but I digress.
Yep, he should be.
I think all the receivers on that team would be doing better if Kenny Pickett was playing. So I'm not.
Oh
really
yeah,
gonna...
speaking of the receivers on that team.
Yeah, George Pickens hasn't done jack. I know.
Yeah,
But
son.
has anyone have any of those receivers done jack though? Is
I
my
don't
point.
care, bro. I don't care.
Deontay, I think is all right.
Yeah, he had an insane catch in week 1. I did notice that.
Yeah, that one hander. That was
Hope
sweet.
Pickens is mid all season, below mid.
I need Pickett to play so it can be Pickett to Pickens.
I
It's
won't
meant
feel
to
so
be.
bad about us passing on him if he sucks.
That's fair. But we're all going Steelers. Bills at Dolphins. This game could be actually really good. I'm gonna go Bills though. It is at Miami.
I'm going Bills because I don't think that Tua is going to be able to do what he did to the Ravens against them.
Yeah, I'm
Kyer
gonna go
Elam's
Bills.
clamping. Kyer Elam is gonna clamp.
No, he's not.
He's good, man.
Hey, let's go.
He's trash. No, I'm just kidding.
He's fast. He's fast. That's his redeeming quality for this game, at least. He's fast.
Yeah.
Is Dane Jackson? I know Dane Jackson said they said he could move, but is he going to be able to play?
I don't know. He walked out of the hospital. I think he'll probably take a few weeks off. Maybe we'll see.
All right.
Tough blow, man. That was crazy.
They don't even have Tre'Davious White back yet, by the way, and we've seen how good their defense has been the first couple weeks against pretty decent opponents.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just in an abundance of riches. Bengals at Jets.
Oh God. Toilet Bowl 2022. I'm gonna
go the Jets. I'm gonna go the Jets too.
Oh man,
That defensive line.
Yeah, it's gonna cook that Bengals offensive line.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be the only thing they're gonna have to. The Bengals are gonna have to really redeem themselves this week. And I'm gonna say that they do it. I'm gonna say that the Bengals win this just because they have to pull it together. They have to, and I think this has to be the week because what they played. They started out with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then they played the Dallas Cowboys, and so this is like the third best defense that they're gonna play. So they have to pull it together this week. So
Joe Burrow needs to put it back together, especially because
Yeah.
I know people are discrediting his offensive line, and yeah, they've been bad, but let's not forget he's holding onto the ball a lot and making poor decisions as well. So I
Yeah.
think the team as a whole just Zach Taylor is an issue in my opinion because he is calling the most predictable things in the world. Like there's a video of Joe Burrow saying, "Stop running empty set."
There's a video of him saying that? Oh my
Yes,
God.
like you can actually hear him say, "Stop running empty set."
Wow, that's so funny.
Yeah, I saw it on one of the Instagram meme pages earlier. I'm like, oh my goodness, Zach Taylor, you gotta quit, brother.
I want to see Sauce Gardner and Jamar Chase.
That will be fun.
That should be a good matchup.
Yeah.
Raiders at Titans. Let's go, Raiders.
Raiders getting their first dub.
Yeah, definitely. I think they finally do it.
It's tough to win in Nashville, but that team looks so bad.
And I feel like Vegas, I know they're disappointing, but I also feel like they've played pretty decent opponents thus far.
Yeah.
So because week 1 they played the Chiefs, I believe. Let me look. They played the Chargers week 1, so they played one of the best teams in the AFC. Then week 2 they played. Am I just blind? Who did the Raiders play week 2?
They played the Cardinals.
Oh yeah, the Cardinals,
yeah.
and they choked down the stretch. So
Yeah.
I feel like they could beat Tennessee. Tennessee's not that good.
Yeah.
Lions at Vikings.
Man.
Give me the Vikings.
Give me Detroit. That offense is cooking, son.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Detroit as well.
Woo!
They put 35 points up on the
36.
Philadelphia Eagle.
36.
It was 36. It was
36-27. No, 35 on the Eagles.
35-38.
Yeah, 35 on the Eagles, and then 36 last week versus
the Commanders.
Yeah.
Insane. So, yeah, I'm gonna pick them.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, best receiver ever. Who put that? Phil Yates on Twitter. He said
I think so.
Amon-Ra might be the best receiver of all time.
Bill Gates said that?
No, Field Yates.
Oh, I was like, what?
Field Yates.
Like, that's super
Bill
random.
Gates was like, he's better than Windows.
Bill Gates just randomly. I did Amon-Ra on Instagram because you know that he had that fan message him the line from Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
And he said, "Looks like I'm not going to get something up my John Brown."
my John Brown hind parts.
Yeah. Oh my Lord.
They're really good on offense, man. I like their offense a lot.
All right, Saints at Panthers. Give me the Saints. Well, the Saints played terrible last week, but the Panthers aren't that good either.
They were playing the Bucks, to be fair.
Who did the Panthers play last week?
Panthers lost to the Giants.
Oh yeah, give me the Saints.
I'm taking the Saints too. I'm no longer a believer in Baker Mayfield. I don't think it's him though. I think it's the coaching, but still.
Who did the Saints play?
The Saints, they played the Buccaneers, and they finally got beat.
But 10-20. Ooh, that's tough. I'm gonna go with the Panthers. I
Woo!
Oh,
think
okay.
yeah. Think Baker Mayfield turns it around. And I think LaVisca Chenault, man, he's gonna come out on fire.
Is he even
No.
gonna play? Is he even gonna be active?
I think so.
Was he active last week?
No, he was inactive. I don't know.
Yeah.
Either way, we'll see.
He's gonna be there on the squad, making moves, making touchdown catches, tutties.
Put him at quarterback.
All right, all right.
Make him the quarterback.
Make him the quarterback. Just do everything.
Yep.
Ravens at Patriots. Give me the Ravens. I am not high on the Patriots at all this year.
I'll take the Ravens too.
Yeah, third. Make that 3.
All right. What's next? Eagles at Commanders. The two
Eagles.
teams that played the Lions are playing each other now.
Eagles.
Yeah, give me the Eagles as well.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm high on the Philadelphia Eagles, and they are proving me right. Don't we play them week 4?
Yes,
Oh, how fun.
October 2nd.
We're gonna smoke him.
Yeah. Jalen Hurts is gonna look mid.
Yep.
Now, unironically, we have Mike Caldwell who runs like a Tampa Bay defense, and that's the defense that really messed with him in the playoffs. Cough, cough.
Peterson's gonna get like a standing ovation when he walks out. I know it. They're gonna like absolutely just like, and then once the game starts, they'll boo him and stuff. But
Right.
per usual.
The man's got a statue there.
Yeah. So
Somebody else has a statue there too.
We don't want to talk about that.
Who, Rocky or Nick Foles?
Nick Foles.
Oh my lord! All
yeah,
right.
we'll go with Rocky.
Yeah, we'll go with Rocky. Chiefs at Colts. Give me the Chiefs in a landslide.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. 50-7.
Chiefs.
Colts getting shut out again. That's my
Woo!
take. I'm just kidding.
You gotta fire Frank Reich if you shut out again.
I guarantee the owner is like mulling over it right now. A tie with the Texans and losing to the Jaguars in a shutout again.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
That's bad.
For me, it says remaining meeting time. I don't know if it says that. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we'll try and finish these and then start a new meeting.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, Frank Reich, he kills himself with the quarterbacks he chooses. He creates his own deathbed. Texans at Bears. Give me the Texans.
Give me the Bears.
That's a tough one. I'm not even gonna want to watch that game.
No.
Texans versus Bears. You know what? Might as well go with the Bears.
John Grenard's gonna put Fields in the dirt.
I'm only literally choosing the Bears because they're at home. If it was in Houston, I would choose Houston. But
Dameon Pierce, we trust.
I don't want Houston to win, so no.
He's so good.
Fair enough.
I love
I can't believe I'm actually rooting for the Bears this week. I don't like them.
Laurie Fitzpatrick says that Dameon Pierce is good.
I love Dameon Pierce.
Someone in our group chat says he's trash. Well, we'll get to that later.
He had like 2 plays. Like it was week 1. They were barely using him.
He had 3 carries into the game for 4 yards. And he was like, he's horrible.
And then he gets like 55 yards after contact. But
give him a chance. Like, geez.
Yeah, gotta love knee-jerk reactions.
Rams at Cardinals.
Oh, that's gonna be.
I'm gonna
Rams.
Coin flip.
I'm gonna go with the Cardinals because they're at home, and the Rams have been kind of sus recently.
They almost let Atlanta come back and beat them.
And they got smacked in the face.
They're already 1-10.
That was interesting.
It's the Bills, though.
Matthew Stafford's been looking sus recently as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cardinals as well.
Trying to keep it close.
Rams all day.
I hope the Rams win.
Kyler Murray's drunk off that Call of Duty. He's gonna come out there and start throwing bombs.
Just hope it's not a double XP weekend.
Oh, shit.
Packers at Buccaneers.
Beta.
Packers
at Bucks. Wow, what a good game. That should be interesting.
I'm gonna choose Buccaneers because when Packers came to Florida last time, they were ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Buccaneers as well.
Mike Evans is out, so.
Oh, that's true. They still have Chris Godwin.
They got other guys. Julio might play.
Yeah, Julio.
And Russell Gage is there too. Is he back yet?
Russell Gage, I have no clue.
Scotty Miller season.
Jesus.
Cole Beasley, bro.
Yeah, bring Cole Beasley off the practice squad.
He's getting
Yeah, I'm
called
gonna
up.
I'm gonna go with Bucks as well.
They still have better. Yeah, they still have better receivers than the Packers.
Yeah, Christian Watson's a pack of mid. Falcons at Seahawks. Oh, I'm gonna go.
I'm going Seahawks because they're at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Seahawks too.
Seahawks. Yeah.
You know, if Arthur Smith used his best player, maybe he'd win games. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, true.
And I love
Ritter?
Kyle Pitts.
Oh.
and when somebody asks him about it, he's like, "This isn't fantasy football." It's like, okay, yeah, it's not fantasy football, but you still should use your best player.
Right.
Like, there's plenty of times where Kyle Pitts is in single coverage and they just look the opposite direction. I don't get it. 49ers at Broncos.
49ers.
49ers.
I'm going to go 49ers as well. And then the final game is Cowboys at Giants. Cooper Rush season.
Cowboys.
Yeah, give me the Cowboys.
Yeah, I think the Giants are on a high right now, but I don't know how long that's going to last.
Cowboys defense is still pretty good.
Yeah, Micah Parsons is looking like that defensive player of the year that I predicted. Either way, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back in a second. All right, guys, we're back. So now the game we've all been waiting for. Jaguars at Chargers. The Jags are going to the West Coast where they don't have great history. The Chargers are one of the great teams in the AFC. But does that matter?
On paper.
But does that, yeah, exactly. But does that matter? Also, Justin Herbert is hurt right now. So will he play?
So is Keenan Allen.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know.
That O line isn't very good.
They only got one good player on there. Yeah.
Outside of Slater, that line is kind of. Who you got, bud?
All right, wait, but first.
No.
So how we do it around here, Laurie, is when we predict the Jags games, we predict the score, obviously who to win, and we do 3 different player predictions. We always predict Trevor Lawrence. We always predict one of the running backs. It's your choice, Travis Etienne or James Robinson. And then your third prediction is just any player on the roster you want, offense, defense. They could be a backup for all we care. So we'll go ahead and let Laurie give her Jaguars Chargers prediction first.
Okay, so yeah, it really depends on if Justin Herbert is gonna play. I mean, didn't he break some ribs, right?
Cartilage fracture.
Yeah,
Or
rib cartilage fracture.
So I don't know. He'll probably get out there, to be honest. But I do think the Chargers win this one. It'll be close, 23-20. I'm gonna go with that. I think James Robinson's gonna have a bigger day than ETN. Just how the season has been already going. Robinson. Should I
stat prediction?
What's the over? Yeah, I was gonna say, do you guys know the over under on the total yards?
James, I don't know total yards, but I know James Robinson on Prize Picks, his over under is 47.5 rushing yards.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go over that. I'm hoping that he hits at least 70. That would be ideal. It's tough with him and ETN sharing touches, but I'm hoping that he gets 70. That would be good. And so Trevor Lawrence, stats wise,
yes.
Oh, I'm not good at predicting stats. I don't know, like
just throw something out there.
I have no idea. I wonder how many yards he got.
He had 239 or 237 this past week because he was 4 yards under the over.
All right, I'm gonna go 250. It's kind of, it's around like where he's been at. He's got to get another 2 touchdowns. And I think, I want Zay Jones to go off. I'm hoping that, he's like the dark horse, but I'm thinking once again, Christian Kirk is going to be that guy. He may, I'm hoping he gets 100 yards as well. What did he get last? 78?
Yeah.
Last week. Somebody's got to break 100 on this team, man. It's not going to be the running backs, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Christian Kirk. And I know it's pretty basic. It's but hey, that's what I'm going with.
All right, Sean, you're up.
Man, do I pick with my heart or do I pick with my head?
I already know what I'm doing.
I'm picking Jaguars to get their victory on the West Coast and put that demon to rest.
That would be amazing.
24-20 Jags. Trevor Lawrence is going to go 27 of 35 for 285,
Oh snap!
2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Oh,
Derwin James is going to get him once, just like because he should have thrown one last week.
Yeah.
He's gonna throw it this week.
He had like
I
two
feel it.
dropped interceptions last week, but one of them wasn't really his fault because Evan Ingram looked weird at the top of his route.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I'm gonna go ETN. I'm gonna say he has 6 carries for 33 yards, no touchdowns for him, and then he's also gonna have like 3 catches for 25 yards. And then
Alright.
my third player I'm gonna do is gonna be I'm gonna go with Devin Lloyd. I'll say he has
Ooh,
9
nice.
9 tackles, 2 for a loss, and 1 forced fumble.
on who?
Eckler.
Okay. You know, they don't like to give Eckler the ball anymore for some reason, but
He's going to give them a reason to not give him the ball.
Yeah, I forgot. It doesn't have to be offensive players. It could be defensive players too.
Yeah, it
So
could be
Anybody
anyone.
you want.
It could be a kicker for all you want.
Yep.
Oh,
All right.
on sale.
I'm gonna go Jags too, because we're at the beginning of the season where I sound like an idiot, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go Jags 24-21. I don't know what Sean predicted the score as, but that's what I'm going with. The Jags are winning. Trevor Lawrence is gonna be how many pass attempts did he have last week?
30.
25. Oh yeah, 30.
Yeah, he
Sorry.
had 30.
He completed 25.
So I'm gonna have Trevor Lawrence at 27 of 34.
Woo.
Another day. 3 touchdowns
Woo.
and 1 interception. I'm gonna go with the Derwin James too, because I feel like he does like to throw that deep ball up that could be up for grabs if it's a good safety. Because Julian Blackmon, I think, was the one this past week.
Yeah. He leaves it short a little bit sometimes.
Yeah,
Just a tad.
exactly.
You'd like to see him put it out in front more. He kind of like leaves it up in the air a little too long.
Yeah, so I got Derwin James getting that interception. Then for the running backs, I'm going to go James Robinson. I'm going to go 16 carries for 89 yards and no touchdowns. Then my third player, I'm going to go Josh Allen, my guy. I've never wavered. I think he's going to have 4 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 sack, and another forced fumble.
Woo. He goes forced fumble 3 weeks in a row.
Yes, sir.
That'll be insane.
He is that guy.
That would be awesome. I think Walker has a potential chance of kind of going off this week because I
Yeah,
think
'cause
their
he
their
rushed
left
they-
tackle. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I think Josh rushes over the left tackle a lot, but they do rotate. And they only have Slater on that offensive line.
Yeah, and I think he's on the left side. So
Yeah.
Well, they also have a guard. I forget they drafted the guy out of
Yeah,
Boston College, but
Penning, I think.
No, it's
Penning is on
or
the
Su-
Saints.
Sewell.
No,
No,
it's
it's
the
like,
guard.
What's his name again?
Chargers
Is it Darian
guard.
Kennard?
No,
Who is it?
Kennard went to the Chiefs. It's
Who is
Zion Johnson.
Zion Johnson. God.
Zion.
I like him at guard, but that
He got
has nothing to
smoked by
do with.
he got smoked by Chris Jones last week, but it is Chris Jones.
It's Chris Jones.
It is
Yeah.
Chris Jones. But he did
So
get smoked by him.
I think the right side of the offensive line is going to have a tough time stopping Trayvon Walker because he did well last week, but he didn't really. His stat line was kind of non-existent. It was only because they were doubling him at some points. They even dropped him in coverage. I think he had like 11 snaps at the slot like he was, really dropping back. So I think he's just going to be all over the place. And I think this is the week that he comes back because Aiden Hutchinson, they were talking about him getting three sacks, against Carson Wentz, I think it was.
Two were kind of cleanups, but it
Yeah,
was still
and it
good.
was just like
Hey,
this
any
guy
way-
had
any way you can get
an
him.
interception, and you didn't talk about him. Come on.
Yeah, that is true.
That's
Trayvon.
gonna
Trayvon had
happen.
How did Trayvon not win Rookie of the Week? They gave it to Jahan Dotson. Like, yeah, he had 2 touchdowns, but he had like 40 yards outside of that. Trayvon had a pick and a sack. Like,
You got to understand that's gonna happen. It's the Jaguars, bro. It's just gonna happen. We don't have the eyes on us. They had hard knocks. That's why Aiden Hutchinson's getting.
Hey, I have
Whatever
a fun.
it is.
I have a fun fact, and this is part of my blindness picking the Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence is 0-9 on the road. He will try to get his first road win this Sunday against the Chargers. The only quarterback to lose his first 9 road starts and win his 10th, Peyton Manning. Guess who he beat?
The
Chargers.
Chargers.
Guess what week? 3. Guess what season? 2. Guess what the initials of the quarterback were for the Chargers?
JH.
Yes!
Jim Harbaugh.
It's happening!
The JH, that's funny.
There's too much. That's freaking.
There's so many weird stats that link Trevor and Manning. It's kind of funny.
I know.
but-
That's really weird.
I try not to compare them, but then there's all these weird stats. I'm just like,
Yeah.
If the Jaguars win this weekend,
I'll be unbearable.
it's gonna be bad. Like people are just they're gonna go crazy, especially like, NFL Network and everything. They're just gonna be like, Saxonville is back. They're just gonna put, them at like such a high, like
Trevor Lawrence for MVP.
So that's
Yeah,
what they were
gonna be
saying
crazy.
on that's what they were saying on Jags Happy Hour, like Baselli and the boys. They were like, if we hold the Chargers to 17 points and get after Herbert 3 to 4 times, like people are gonna will start talking about us then. 'Cause,
I know,
they're not talking about us now, even though we shut out a team.
Somebody
Only-
put us behind the Colts. I've seen us behind the Colts in so many power rankings. I'm like,
Yeah.
we shut them out.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I mean, they did have the 2 main receivers out, Pittman and Alec, who, Alex Pierce is pretty good.
I love
Um,
Alec Pierce. I don't think it would have
so-
mattered, personally. Our corners matched up really well with those 2 receivers, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, they played a perfect game.
Yeah.
So-
I will say a sneaky matchup to watch will be Roy Robertson Harris against left guard Matt Filer. Because Matt Filer has been dog water this season. And Roy Robertson Harris abused Quentin Nelson last week, according to Tony Baselli.
Yeah.
Chase Daniel was working with the ones today. Just an FYI.
Ooh.
I think the Jaguars are number 1 in the league on turnover differential.
Yep.
Yeah, they're tied
Uh,
for first, I believe.
+5.
Yeah, it's awesome.
They're
Keep
the
that
only,
going.
they're the only team in the division with a winning point differential.
Yep, saw that too.
Another fun fact, only 2 teams in week 2 have been the only team to win a game in their division. And the other 2 teams were both playoff teams. One of them was the Patriots, and I forget who the other one was, but they both went to the playoffs. So I'm just saying.
Trying to think, who could it be?
I wish I had the stat in front of me right now, but
It's got to be somebody from the West. Niners?
no.
No, because Cardinals won. AFC West. Who's in the AFC West? No, they have Chargers. Chargers? No, because they made the playoffs.
Oh, I got it right here. 2007 AFC East, Patriots were 2-0, all the others were 0-2, and the 2002 AFC North with the Browns at 1-1 and the others 0-2.
The Browns made the playoffs in 02?
They lost in the wild card, but yes, they went to the playoffs.
Huh. Who the fuck it?
The Patriots lost in the Super Bowl that year, I believe, but
What year was that?
2007.
Oh, yeah, 'cause that's the year 2007. Is that the year they went undefeated?
I think so.
Yeah, because they beat us in the.
Oh yeah, they beat us.
in the divisional round.
And then they lost to the Giants in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was the playoff game where we got away with one because David Garrard's knee was down when he threw a touchdown to Matt Jones.
Matt Jones.
They didn't call it. They didn't call it. Matt Jones was my boy.
I have a
Too
Matt
bad he
Jones.
couldn't-
Yeah, same.
He
I have a
couldn't stay
Matt
off the
Jones
powder.
jersey.
I know you do. Shut up. I want it. Mr. Nose Candy himself.
All right. So that's all the predictions. Now we just have a couple viewer questions. We'll start with one from Liam. What's going to be the Jaguars X factor versus the Chargers? Could be a player or position group or both. I'll let Laurie go first.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be the pressure up front from the defensive line. You're gonna have Arden Key, Roy Robertson Harris, Devin Lloyd, was it a Fatu
Fatu
Kasi?
Kasi.
Yep. Good job.
Yeah, so they're gonna have to go off, and I think it's definitely one of the Chargers' weakest points of their entire team, like positional groups. So yeah, that's I think as a corp, on the defensive line, they're gonna have to be the ones to set the tone.
Interesting.
All right, for me, I'm going to go because I think the defensive line is kind of the slam dunk answer. So I'm going
Yeah.
to switch it up. I'm going to go Tyson Campbell because
Ooh.
Mike Williams. Because if Keenan Allen does not play, Mike Williams is realistically the only threat. And for some reason, that guy either goes for nothing or 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. The last time we played the Chargers, I think it was the last time we played the Chargers. I don't know. It's the last time I remember it. When they came to Jacksonville, I was there. Was not fun. Mike Williams kind of cooked us. So I got Tyson Campbell. I think he can lock him down, but just got to make sure you lock him down. If Mike Williams gets locked down, I think we could very well win the game because who else is going to do anything on that offense besides Herbert?
I
mean, Josh Palmer.
Josh Palmer's all right.
He's been doing okay, but he's not like amazing or anything. But I do see him as a player that's gonna elevate his game.
He played at didn't he play at Tennessee?
Yes.
Yeah, screw him. We played Tennessee this week.
I will say, going to your matchup, Mike Williams is the king of making ridiculous, dumb-looking catches.
That's my point.
Tyson Campbell
Ooh.
has a hard time getting his head around sometimes.
Yeah.
In those situations. So that'll be a fun one to watch. I'm going to go with the offensive line because we have to block Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa.
Wait, can we talk about something real quick?
Hold on, let me finish.
You're going to say it.
It's my turn.
You're going to say it. You're going to say it, and I know what you're going to say.
If Jawan Taylor shuts down his side of the line, which I think he'll be going up against
Joey
Bosa for the most part, right?
Yes, Joey.
If he shuts down his side for the 3rd week in a row, pay the man. Pay the man.
He's only.
He's played out of his mind since the season started. I know it's a contract year. Blah blah blah. You can ask Jordan DeLugo. He says the scheme has changed. It's allowing him to play his game more. I don't know. I'm not an offensive line guy, but if he shuts down Joey Bosa this game, you gotta think about paying the man. Then you have to worry about what you have to do with Walker Little. But you can push that. You can kick that can a couple more years if you wanted to.
He's the only offensive tackle in the league to allow 0 pressures so far.
Wasn't it 76 snaps?
Yep. He's only missed a couple snaps, and it was against. Of course, he missed the last drive against the Colts because he had some cramps. Those were the first snaps he missed in his entire career.
Yep.
And of course, Trevor got killed.
He got killed because of Cam, but that's beside the point.
True. That was like Walker Little's side was like the only thing that didn't get.
Speaking of Cam has only been like okay so far this season. He's not really playing up to his contract that he should. I thought he might elevate his game a slight bit.
He did have a better game this past week.
From all the camp reports, you'd think he should be like dominating. Hopefully he can dominate this week because hopefully he can block Khalil Mack this week.
I mean, he does well in the run game.
Yes, the whole line does well in the run game for the most part.
Yeah, I'm definitely surprised with Jawan Taylor because I was not a fan of him. Like, and I don't have any problem saying that, I'm wrong, but I just think he really stepped it up. And I think the pressure from Walker Little and him literally having to compete for his job, I think that was the whole reason. There's no not too much of a scheme changes on the offensive line. Like, you're not doing much different.
That's not what they're saying on Twitter.
Yeah, well,
the streets are talking.
Fight Jordan DeLugo about that one.
I'm not sure about it, but
he's playing better. That's all that matters to me.
I will say it was a gross negligence of past regimes to not bring in any more quality depth because you've had Will Richardson as your swing tackle for the last 4 years, and that was a problem because he's not good. He's not pushing anybody for a spot. Like having him battle Walker Little, competition only breeds excellence at the end of the day usually, for the most part. So maybe that's what we're seeing here.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't like Juwan. Like they've reached wingard levels with him where they just don't like him. But for me, he's a Gator, so I'm here for it all day. Get a good offensive lineman, a good Gator, so you guys can't say all Gators are busts. I'm just saying. Yeah, if Juwan goes off against Joey Bosa this week, Brian's in our group chat said he'd buy a jersey. I'm like, calm down.
What? Wow.
Like you've been hating on this man for 2 years, and you're just suddenly going to buy his jersey because he's been good for 3 weeks. Let's relax.
I bought a Chad Muma jersey.
Well, yeah, because he was one of your guys during the draft.
Yeah,
we still need to get our Dixon jerseys, but
they're not for sale.
They're not. Oh yeah, you'd have to get a custom one.
Not yet. Yeah, so I don't know if they will be because he's always inactive on game day. But whatever.
Might have to get a custom, but I digress. All right, next question. This is Link, his weekly over unders that he gives us. He said our record so far is Sean is 7-8, I'm 8-7, and Eric Dunn, who we had on last week, was 3-4. All right, first one. T-Law, 2.5 passing touchdowns, over under. I'm going over because I said he'd have 3.
I'm going under because I said he had 2.
Under because under because I don't think that he's gonna I don't think they're gonna get 21. I think I predicted them to get 20. So yeah, 2.
Herbert, 3.5 passing touchdowns, under.
I'm gonna go under.
Same, under.
All right, Eckler, 75 all-purpose yards, under.
I'm gonna go over. He's gonna break a screen on us because that usually happens.
Oh, if he does get over, it's gonna be because of the receiving game. It's just I feel like they've just not been using Eckler that much this season. So
that's fair.
J-Rob, 70 yards all-purpose. I said he'd have 89 rushing yards, so definitely.
I'm gonna say over.
Over.
ETN, 0.5 touchdowns, under.
Under.
I'm gonna go over. I think he's gonna redeem himself from week 1, dropping that crucial touchdown pass in a flat, and he's gonna get one this week.
You think it's gonna be in the flat, or do you think Trevor's gonna hit him on another wheel route?
I think maybe the flat.
So we're gonna miss an extra point.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm not doing the math, man.
I'm getting flashbacks right now. Let's not do this.
Okay.
Kirk, 99.5 yards receiving. I'm gonna go under just because that's a very lofty over under. I think he's getting over 62.5, but 99.5. But
who's the Chargers nickel corner?
Oh, JC Jackson's actually hurt right now.
He probably would. JC Jackson would probably be covering Zay Jones anyway if he was playing.
True.
Who's their slot corner? I have no idea.
Asante Samuel. Because he's small, so he could very well be.
If he is, that's a crazy good matchup. I like Asante Samuel Jr. a lot.
They get Kirk so many good matchups on linebackers.
Yeah, I'm gonna say over. I think he's gonna break 100 this year. This week again, like he did in week 1. I think we're gonna be throwing late. We're gonna be down.
Since their nickel is Bryce Callahan, Asante's the right corner, and JC is their left.
Okay, well, if he's going up against, I'm gonna say over because, like I said, I think my prediction was 24-20. I think we're gonna get that last touchdown late in the game, and we're gonna be throwing to get it. And it's gonna be Kirk season.
I desperately need like a deep ball touchdown, like how Herbert had all those deep touchdowns. I want Trevor to have one to Kirk.
Yeah,
that one, the Agnew man went right through his hands.
Oh.
Agnew just can't catch deep balls. Like I get he's really raw at the position, so it's like I won't say he'll never be able to. It's just it feels like every time you throw a deep ball to him, he drops it.
Yeah, but he had that one. It wasn't a deep ball, but that one.
Yeah, the toe
route.
drag.
Yeah, that was a really great catch, man.
Yeah.
Was it Agnew who dropped the one from Beathard last year in the Bills game?
Yes,
too?
It was the exact same play.
It was the exact same play, except I think Beathard rolled out while Trevor stepped up.
I'm saying it was the same concept. He was on the right side. He ran an over route way deep, like a post, and then he just couldn't come down with it.
They drew up the play so well, too, because it was Speedy Agnew, your receiver 3, against a linebacker. Like, bruh.
Yeah, I know.
All he has to do is just put his arms together.
Yeah, literally, like he went like this, and it literally went right through his damn wrists.
All right, Trayvon Walker, 0.5 sacks. Give me the over.
Over.
Over for sure.
Herbert, 0.5 turnovers. Give me the over.
Over.
0.5 turnovers. Yeah.
So just one turnover.
Yep. Definitely over.
All right, so there's that. And now the final question from our true fan, Patrick. He's always here every single week.
Go Patrick.
Yes, sir. I think Patrick comments on a lot of your tweets too.
Oh, okay.
Patrick
Yeah.
Johnson, the one with who is like a B.
Yep. Yep.
Best waiver wire pickup in fantasy so far. Worst player left on the bench. Mine was Alex Highsmith in week 1 and Mike Williams in week 2. I mean, I haven't really done any fantasy pickups yet.
Waiver wire?
Like,
Damn, dude, I'm trying to think. Have I picked up anybody?
I mean,
I haven't really done waiver wire yet because it's too early in the season.
I had David Montgomery on my bench this past week.
Try to tell you, but you don't listen.
Shut up. James Robinson's better.
I think who did I leave on my bench that did good? Let's look real quick. We got
Dude,
time.
That's really the only person who overperformed on my bench.
My team's doing stupid good right now.
I mean, yeah, because George Pickens hasn't done anything. Michael Carter hasn't really done anything. I mean, Michael Carter, I guess, but it's not like I regret benching him because I had other guys who played as well or better. Sky Moore has done nothing.
The
Khalil
worst player I left on my bench, considering what happened in the games, was Tyler Higbee. He put up more points than Pat Fryermuth. As far as waiver wire goes, though,
He was on my bench too. Higbee.
Higbee, yeah. I just don't know about a waiver wire pick because I haven't really been scouring the waiver wire yet.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's been a crazy wire waiver. Or
It's too
waiver
early.
wire
I will say, if you do not have him on your team, Devin Duvernay. That's a
Yes.
guy. That's a guy you might want to think about getting. I have him in my dynasty league, and he's been the first week he had 2 touchdowns. I don't think he did as much last week, but he did have a kick return touchdown to start the game.
Oh, nice. Nice
Yeah, he's
gem.
been playing pretty well.
He's getting a lot more reps than years past.
For sure.
Actually, did he have a touchdown last week? I'm trying to think.
Let me look.
He might have because he's just crazy fast, man.
Yeah, I know. Week 1, he cooked.
Bateman had it last week.
Bateman had over 100 this past week.
He's fast as crap too, man.
Let me look at the stats. Ravens. Rashad had 4 for 108 and 1. Mark Andrews had 9 for 104 and 1. Isaiah Likely had 4 for 43. Devin Duvernay had 2 for 42.
Yeah, I would say stash him because week 1 he went off.
Aguilar went off last week.
Oh yeah, he mossed that corner.
Yeah, man.
That was
27
nasty.
points he got. 27. Woo! That's a lot.
Ooh. He's saying, "Come get me, Doug."
Yeah, and right now he's on the waiver wire in my league too.
Oh man.
Devin Duvernay did have a 103-yard kick return touchdown.
Yeah, that's crazy good. He was fast, dude.
That was his only kick return. He only had 1 punt return as well, and it was for 5 yards.
He's a good player.
Indeed. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the podcast. We'll be back next week, hopefully happy and not sad, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, follow us on Twitter. The links are down here. I believe I'm pointing at the proper spot. Links are there. Follow Laurie on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. Everything. You know the deal. And we'll be back next week. Peace.
Thanks for coming on, Laurie. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks
no
for coming
problem,
on,
guys.
Laurie.
No problem, guys. Anytime.
All right. See y'all next week.